Anybody who has teenage boys knows the teenage boys are dumb as shit. So dumb. So dumb. Like, even if you have a smart kid, he is dumb as shit. Both of my sons are smart. They are dumb, dummy, dum-dums. This is my son's, one of his greatest ones, right? I got an iPad for a gift. And I didn't know how to set it up, so I gave it to him. And I go, man, will you set this up for me? I don't know how to do it. He goes, yeah. And he brings it back later, and he goes, here you go, Dad. All set up. Just so you know, your iPad is the cloud. Everything from everybody's devices goes to your iPad. Everybody hearing that? Everything from everybody's devices, my iPad. So I'm scrolling through pictures from the road, seeing what I want to post, you know, looking through. And as a man, when you're sitting on your own bed, looking at your own iPad, looking at your pictures, you never want this sentence to leave your mouth. I stop on a picture and I go, well, that's not my dick. Now, at first I thought somebody was sending my wife dick pics, and I had that one beat, so I wasn't even gonna say anything to her, you know what I mean? I was gonna be like, keep looking at that skinny dick, babe. I feel pretty good about myself. It's not gonna be as funny when I come out of the shower doing the helicopter tomorrow, is it? Is it? But then I recognized the IKEA desk that I had built for my son behind the dick, and I was like, oh my God, I built that desk and that dick! He's sending people dick pics! So I go down into his room, I'm like, hey man. He goes, yeah. I go, you want to explain to me again how the cloud works? And he was like, oh, you're so stupid. And I was like, yeah, no, we'll see. I said, break it down for me real slow if you can. He goes, okay, Dad. You take a picture on your phone and it goes to the iPad. I'm like, what else? He was like, Mom takes a picture on her phone and it goes to the iPad. I'm like, what else? He was like, I take a picture on my phone and oh no. Hey, can I see that iPad? And I said, no, not yet. He goes, oh, okay. And then he goes, so, how's your day going? I said, earlier today, not great. Right now, I'm having the fucking time of my life. And he said, yo, that's good, Dad, because you know when you're in a good mood, we're all in a good mood, so. And then he said something that did make me laugh. He goes, well, thanks for stopping by. He tried to pull the Jedi mind trick on me or some shit. These are not the dick pics you were looking for. And I finally had to tell him, look, don't send dick pics. The penis does not photograph well. I told him, nobody has ever looked at a picture of a dick and been like, I love this picture. Ever. And I told him, I go, I know how you think women react when they get a picture of your dick. It's how you react when you get a boob on their phone. When a teenage boy gets a boob on his phone, they lose their mind. That is not how you women react when you get a picture of a dick, right? Just so you know, when a woman gets a dick pic, she goes like this. Followed by this. Stacy, look. Because she has showed your dick to everybody. And tomorrow it's going to be on Snapchat with dog ears. Come to my party. Like, you don't want that shit.
You've been married 48 years. How'd you do it? My dad looks at me and goes, that's simple, son. Never say the first or second thing that pops into your head. You always say the third. I go, what's that mean? He goes, well, the first thing, you will get a divorce. The second thing, you are on the couch. But the third thing, happily ever after. I'm 6 years in, I don't get it. Till about a month ago. Me and my wife are driving to Vegas. She packs a cooler of food for our 2-year-old daughter. We get to Vegas. My wife opens up the cooler and goes, "Oh my God, the food all melted." I look in the cooler and notice she didn't put any ice in it. You. I manned up though, you know, hey baby, yeah. You didn't put any ice in the cooler. My wife looks at me and goes, "You don't need to put ice in a cooler. It's a cooler, duh." Now, the first thing I thought was, that's the dumbest shit I ever heard in my life. But I didn't say the first thing, I didn't say the second thing, I said the third thing. I said, "Baby, I can't believe this cooler is broken."
My middle child is 23 now, and she is smart and hateful. And it really got bad when she was about 16 or 17. We walked on eggshells around her. She'd come down the steps in the morning, and we'd be like, "Who is it?" "I don't know." And it happened when she was about 16 or 17. She turned on me on a dime. And I truly believe that God allows this because he knows that you're grieving because they're going to go to college or whatever they're going to do. And he makes them just as mean as he can so that you can let them go. The very breath that I breathed out of my nostrils made her so angry. We were not allowed to eat cereal in our own home because she couldn't stand to hear us chew it. And I don't mean to talk about her because she had a lot on her. She had to empty the dishwasher. That was a lot. She's always had a bunch of boys after her because she's a doll, and they always wanted to date her and always came around our house. And there was one, and he was a player. He was a schmoozer. And he would say stuff to me. He'd go, "Miss Morgan, you look beautiful today." And I'd be like, "Oh my gosh, can I make you a casserole?" And thank goodness they broke up because I was exhausted. I was mopping the floor, blowing my hair out every day. And I thought, why did that affect me that way? Why did I? And I thought, oh, I know. It's because my love language is words of affirmation. And I don't get them. So I got hoodooed by this boy. My husband and I read that book and went to a Sunday school retreat years ago, and it was the 5 love languages. Have y'all read that? I know it's good, and it works. It really does. But you read the book and you take the test, and it'll tell you there's 5 prominent love languages. It'll tell you what your husband's prominent love language is. He'll find out what yours is. So at night, y'all can sit on the couch and feed each other y'all's love language, and then your love tank feels full. If you don't, your husband's liable to go to work and is standing by the water fountain, and some whore comes in and feeds him his love language, and then he feels a tingle, and then Satan swoops in. So here's the 5 love languages, if y'all don't know. There's quality time. So there's people that just want you to sit with them and watch a television show or something like that. Then there's gifts. That's my sister's. It does not have to be something that's expensive. If you give her a rose and a card, she'll bawl her eyes out. And then there's physical touch. And so many women, when I say that, they'll go, "Oh, yeah, that's my husband's. He's on me like a duck on a June bug." But we're not talking about the nasty kind. We're talking about, people that just want to squeeze and hug and hold on to you. That's their love language, is physical touch. And then there's words of affirmation, so that's mine. So all my husband has to say is, "Leanne, you look pretty today," or "Leanne, that Trisha Yearwood's chicken piccata is to die for." And then my love tank feels full. And then I'm willing to do something vulgar with him. And then he gives me money to get my hair highlighted.
If you were a farmer and you'd never heard of a chicken, and I explained one to you, you'd think I was fucking lying. It's that good. You'd be like, this cannot be a real animal. Like, if you'd never heard of one, and let's say, like, I got sent round by, like, the Department for Agriculture, and I was like, you should really consider raising chickens. You go, what's a chicken? I go, well, it's a football made of meat. It's a meat football, and it lives in the garden. They'd be like, right, it's a meat football, it lives in the garden. Yeah. Sorry, there's quite a big thing that I forgot to mention. Once a day, the meat football will shit out bonus food. Every day for free. And the bonus food it shits out is one of the best foods in the world. On its own, it's delicious, salt and pepper. Mix it with flour, have a birthday cake. It's high in protein, it's high in good cholesterol, it's high in vitamin B12. It's practically a superfood. And the farmer would be like, what, it comes out and I just scrape it off the farmyard floor? No, it comes in a packet. Yeah. Just arrives in a packet. You'd be like, there's no fucking way. You'd be looking for the catch. That's what I would be doing if I was that farmer. I'd be like, there's always a catch. There's no such thing as a free lunch. What's the catch here? This thing's laying eggs. What is it, like a lizard, a bird? No, it's a bird. Well, there you go. It's just gonna fly away. No, I don't think that'll be a problem. What does it, just not have wings? No, it has wings, but they're not so much an escape mechanism as a starter. That's how fucked this animal is. We've bred it for food to the point where its main anti-predation device is just another reason to eat it. It's incredible. We used to be like, there's got to be a catch. With cows and pigs, it's the amount you have to feed them to get them up to weight, right? That's the amount. That's the real expense with cows and pigs. So the farmer would be like, well, what do these things eat? These miracle animals, chickens. What do these things eat? The floor? They seem to eat the floor. Got any floor on your farm?
As a Puerto Rican girl from the South Bronx, I didn't think I could bag a white boy from the Midwest. I thought I was too aggressive. Because I don't know how to soft flirt. You know what I mean? Like, you know how some girls can, like, really cute flirt? Not me. I'm New York aggressive with it. I'd be like, yo, I like you, son. You trying to do this? Hey, yo, you trying to smash? Turns out he liked it. He was like, I'm scared, I'm gonna follow her. But I'm not gonna lie to you, man, moving from the Midwest to New York, what a culture shock. I couldn't start him in the South Bronx, you know what I mean? Like, I couldn't. That's not a starter borough, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's... Right? We don't start people in the Bronx. We end them. Don't shoot the messenger. Although we do, we shoot the messenger. Nobody getting messages. But we found a nice starter borough, Astoria, Queens, great starter borough, right? We moved there, man. I showed him all the artisan coffee shops. I was like, look, your people did that. We moved to this nice, quiet neighborhood, or so we thought. Till one day we were driving around and a fight broke out in the middle of the street. 2 grown men started beating the crap out of each other. And my sweet Midwestern husband was like, oh no. I should do something. I was like, if you don't roll up your window right now, I'll fist fight you myself. I was like, what you gonna do, Captain America? You gonna fight 2 grown men? You have psoriatic arthritis, take a seat. I'll tell you what's about to happen. I'm about to watch you get jumped. That's what's about to happen. and I'ma watch because I know how to mind my business. I already learned. This is your lesson, baby, not mine.
I don't know if y'all been to an urgent care. Go check it out. It's fun. There's no ego at an urgent care. That's what's fun, you know? Nobody in an urgent care is like, this is where I thought my life would be. And I like that. That's actually a good feeling. You go to a doctor's office, they talk down to you, right? Diplomas on the wall. They're like, I went to school. I know everything. Urgent care is like, do you have $40? Let's figure this out together. We don't know any more than you know? Let's put our heads in a room and let's tackle this sinus infection as a team. And that's fun. There's camaraderie in an urgent care, you know? I don't know if anybody's qualified, and that's a rush. That's a fun way to spend a day. You know how you fill out all your info in the lobby on like a clipboard, and then they take you to another room and act like you never did that? So the nurse comes in, we're face to face, she's asking me questions. She goes, what are you in for? I said, my nose is clogged. She said, you been taking anything? I said, just Sudafed. And she goes, oh, can you spell that for me? I was like, Sudafed? I maybe could. I would like you to take a stab at it though, right? Feels like something you should know. I know y'all share a lease with a T-Mobile store, but this feels like day one stuff, honestly. Look, I've been taking ibuprofen as well, so maybe I sounded that one out. You can write that down phonetically. I'm being mean, but they hooked me up. They gave me a steroid shot. I don't know if you've had a steroid shot. They are awesome. I don't know what's in them. It works so quick. I don't know why they've been hiding these. They should do a lot more steroid shots. That should be the first thing they throw at you when you walk in, you know? Just go around the waiting room, just give everybody a steroid shot and be like, we'll see who needs to be here in 5 minutes. Most of y'all be feeling better than you've ever felt in your life. They got me. I felt good right away. I had some other medicine I had to get. I don't even know what. I had to go to the pharmacy to get it. They didn't have it at urgent care. I had to go to the pharmacy, another place, across town. I know that's how it works, but I don't know why we're all okay with it. You know, there's plenty of room. Just keep it there. Why do I gotta go off campus to get the medicine? You know, no other industry in America works like that. Can you imagine you go to Jiffy Lube and they're like, you need an oil change. We don't have any oil here, but if you take this piece of paper to Walgreens, they'll get you oil in about an hour, you know? You'll see it immediately, but it'll be an hour before they turn around and hand it to you.
No one's ever on the fence about Taco Bell. You just say it and people are like, absolutely, or hard pass. You ever seen a commercial for Taco Bell? Never makes sense. Doesn't have to. Doesn't affect the bottom line. They'll put out a product that has the exact same ingredients as 6 other products on their current menu. They just change the name or shape of it and try to make you feel dumb when you call them out on it. They're like, you've never had this. This is seasoned steak, lettuce, cheese, tomatoes, and sour cream encased in a flour tortilla. How does that sound? I mean, it sounds like a steak burrito. Well, it's not. One more time for the new guy. All right, steak burrito. See it right here? It's rolled up. Big deal. This, guys, what we did here is we fold in the sides and we press it with a t-shirt iron. What is so hard to understand about the technology we've invested to make crunch wraps? Their dessert menu's a joke. They just take other desserts you've heard of and change it a little bit. They're like, we're the only ones that have Cinnabon bites. Isn't that just a cut up Cinnabon? I mean, yeah, but we cut it up for you, okay? You could say gracias. Not bad. Is there like a cool container you're gonna serve them to me in? No, man, it's just a drink cup. But we gave it a Slurpee lid so you could cut your fingers trying to get the ones off the bottom. So, de nada. I remember several years ago, the Hostess company went bankrupt, and then a month later, an unknown entity saved them from bankruptcy. I thought for sure it was Taco Bell. I was waiting on that commercial forever, right? It's the Twinkie burrito. We have Stuffed a Twinkie full of taco meat. Some people are like, ooh. Potheads are like, absolutely. Sir, would you like Twinkie cream or sour cream? I don't care if it's coffee cream. I would just like my Twinkie burrito, some fire sauce, 2 Ho-Ho Lupas, and a Mountain Dew. I would like the Baja. Guys, we got an obesity problem in this country. And I know you're like, is this dude about to make fun of fat people while using his stomach as an armrest? And the answer is yes. It's not that funny, lady. All right, just relax. Thought I could fool you with the track jacket. They sell these to anybody. You don't even have to be a runner.
Find My Friends is an app that allows you to share your location with someone so they always know where you're at. So I shared my husband's location with me. So I always know. Sometimes he'll come home, I'll be like, what'd you get at the grocery store? How'd you know I was at the grocery store? You told me. You don't remember? Losing your mind. Let me give you guys a little warning, though, okay? Before you go downloading the app, having all kinds of fun. Sometimes, Find My Friends is not 100% accurate. It may lead you to conclusions. I'll tell you a little story. There was this one night. It was raining. Not really, but for theatrical effect. My husband went to the movies with some friends. He was gonna be home around 11 o'clock. Well, I fell asleep. I wake up in the middle of the night. It's 2 a.m. I look over and my husband is not next to me. My first thought, oh my God, he died. It wasn't like, ooh, he's out there cheating, because that would mean, oh my God, he died. It's 2 a.m. I wake up. My husband's not next to me. I start to freak out. The what ifs, they start to roll. I pick up my phone and I call him. He doesn't answer. I text him. He doesn't reply. I check his Instagram. He didn't post anything. And then I get stuck scrolling for about 35 minutes. Went down a few rabbit holes that night. Learned a couple of good recipes. Recipes I'm never gonna try. But they make it look so easy. That's how you make Dutch apple pie cake Pop-Tart leftover bites? 12 cheese macaroni. Well, I didn't even know there was 12 cheeses. Let's see, you got cheddar, Gouda, string, whiz, queso fresco. I'm gonna have to Google the rest. And then I remember, oh my God, he died. And that is when I check my Friend Finder app. And it shows his location stopped in the middle of the freeway by our house. I thought he was in an accident. I said, oh no, I gotta go to that location. I gotta go there right now, but I gotta brush my teeth first. This is why I had to brush my teeth first, you guys. Because if I get to that location and there are first responders there, if they have to give me bad news, my response would be something like, breath. They don't deserve that. So I start brushing my teeth, and I'm thinking all the thoughts. I knew it. It was too good to be true. I should have prayed for him that one time. I finish brushing my teeth, and I start walking downstairs, practicing my solemn thank you. Do you guys know the solemn thank you? It's very similar to the solemn I'm sorry you say at a funeral. When you're at a funeral and you want to give your condolences to someone, you say, I'm sorry, in a whisper tone like that. And that communicates to them, I'm sorry for your loss. Because if you say it at regular volume, I'm sorry. Well, that communicates, I had something to do with this. So I'm walking downstairs, practicing my solemn thank you. I get downstairs, I get to the kitchen, I grab a glass of water. He used to love water. I start walking to the living room, his favorite spot, the couch, where he would watch movies and pretend like he didn't fall asleep. I get to the couch, and I'm standing there ready to mourn my husband. You could see there's a couple of pillows thrown about. There's a blanket falling off to the side. I go and I turn the light on so I could get a better look. And there he is, asleep on a couch. Find my friends lied to me. It told me my husband was dead. I already downloaded a dating app on my phone.
I am a trans ally, of course. I actually ran to my old college roommate at the airport. I found out that they had recently transitioned. And I was thrilled because I had forgotten their name. I wish everyone I've ever met would transition. I have progressive views, but that doesn't mean I'm a good person. Liberals make that mistake sometimes. I have a more conservative friend, and he has views that really, he's one of those guys, and we all know those guys, who's like, you see this article? No, a trans woman played volleyball, made a little girl explode. And I can't stand that shit, because the kind of guys that complain about trans women playing women's sports are the same kind of guys that told guys like me in high school, you run like a girl, you throw like a girl, and now they're mad because some of us followed through. But I will say, in his defense, he is a wonderful human being, better than I could ever imagine being. I'll tell you a story. Once, me and my conservative friend, we were walking down the street in New York City. In front of us was walking a woman in very high heels. As far as I could tell, she was trans. Now, at some point, this woman, she tripped on her right heel. She fell into the street right as a bus was approaching. And my conservative friend ran into the street, scooped her up just in the nick of time, helped her on her feet, sent her about her way, and then he turned to me and was like, that's why men shouldn't wear heels. It was a lot of things all at once. And I want to be clear, I think it's a shitty thing to do. But if I had been alone, I would have been like, oh no, she's dead. I come from a fucked up family.
When I was growing up, you could stand in the middle of the political spectrum and you could see the far right and you could see the far left because they weren't that far away from the middle. Now, the far left is cascading over the horizon of the earth and the far right is falling off the cliff that they think is there because the world is flat. And you can't even see them. You can hear them bickering back and forth once in a while, but you can't see them. And I like to know what my fellow citizens are up to. So sometimes I'll get crazy and be like, I'm gonna go way over there and see what they're doing. And so I cross the line and I go, oh, this is gonna be amazing. I can't wait. And I go all the way to the right and I put my ear to the wall and you can hear somebody go, well, how come black people can dye their hair blonde if white people can't paint their face? Okay, all right, okay. So I come all the way back here and I regroup, because that's crazy shit. I catch my breath, and then I go, okay, I better, just to keep it fair, I gotta know what's happening. I go all the way over as far as I can to the left. I put my ear on the wall, and you can hear somebody go, has anyone even asked the grass if it's okay to mow it? It is so exhausting. We should be able to grab one from each side and just go, shut the fuck up. It's crazy. I also thought this would be just such a fantastic rule to get people to kind of move in a little bit. If you do something historically very conservative, it would be fun if you had to do something a little liberal to balance it out. Vice versa, same on the other side. If you do something historically really liberal, it would be fun if you had to do something a little conservative to balance it out. Like if you go to a gun range 5 days in a row for 12 hours each day and you don't work there, I think it would be entertaining if on the 5th day you had to walk in and go, hey, bitches, who wants brunch? Very entertaining to me. Same on the other side. Before you buy a chameleon for a pet or whatever, you should have to look a woman right in her eyes and go, you should smile more, sweetheart. You're a lot prettier when you smile. Extra points if she works for you. And you've conveniently eliminated your HR department. Obviously, we can't do that. What kind of country would we be living in if we let a man make a rule that fucked over a woman? I mean...
I sold Jif peanut butter. Jif is the best peanut butter, okay? It's the best peanut butter. Our motto was, choosy moms, choose Jif. Choosy moms, not all moms, okay? Let's say maybe you're a mom who drinks in the afternoon and goes to the casino and forgets to pick up your kids from school. If that's the case, by all means, buy Peter Pan, okay? Come on, their mascot is a boy who refused to grow up. Maybe he couldn't grow up because he was malnourished, because he was eating that garbage peanut butter named after a cartoon character. Peter Pan can fly because he has hollow bones. There's no nutrients in Peter. I'm gonna talk a lot about peanut butter, okay? It's an important subject, but I need to address something up top. It's been a rough year for Jif, okay? If you guys don't know what happened, we had a problem. Some people, barely any, like 14, got some salmonella, okay? And they traced it back to Jif, okay? And Jif did the right thing. They pulled it off the shelves nationwide. They pulled it all off, and I feel bad about it. I mean, I didn't do it, all right? But like, I wish I could go back 20 years when I worked there and say, like, hey, if you guys are thinking about coming up with some sort of a raw chicken flavored peanut butter, don't. Like, it's a bad idea, you know, like. And just so you know, like, that happened in 2006 with Peter Pan. They had the same thing, you know. They had a recall, salmonella. Just this year, Skippy had some metal particles in their peanut butter, and they had to pull it off the shelves. And you guys are like, well, Greg, it's never happened with organic peanut butter. Yeah, that's because they've only sold like 30 jars of that stuff, right? You know what I'm talking about? The organic peanut butter? It's got like an inch of oil on the top of it. Looks like a science project on the grocery shelves. You know, well, Greg, that's how peanut butter naturally settles. Well, then cover it up. Nobody wants to see that. Yeah? Greg, your peanut butter has preservatives in it. That's why it doesn't do that. Yeah, that's exactly why it doesn't do that. Yeah? Maybe we're trying to preserve people's appetites, right? Like, Greg, you just take a knife and you stir the jar and the oil goes away. Oh, now I'm supposed to help you make the peanut butter? Why don't you just hand me a bag of peanuts and a hammer next time? I'll smash them up myself. Me eater, you maker. Listen, there's probably somebody out there, and, your mom made you eat organic peanut butter when you were growing up. If that's the case, obviously, you were homeschooled. That's why you're homeschooled. Your mom did not want you to go to school and sit next to the Jif kid and have that kid be like, hey, there's another way to live. And maybe you're a parent, okay? Maybe you're a parent and you force your child to eat organic peanut butter. And if that's the case, I'm not going to tell you how to raise your own kid. I am going to gently suggest that you at least expose them to some different peanut butter, before you send them off into the world. Because I don't know if you've ever seen an organic peanut butter kid go off the deep end. It is not pretty. Okay, these kids, they spend 18 years eating it, then they go off to college. They have one bite of a Jif sandwich. 6 weeks later, they're passed out on a park bench with Nutter Butters all over their face. Now, the company that I work for was called Procter & Gamble, okay? They don't own Jif anymore. You know who owns Jif? Smuckers. Smuckers owns peanut butter and jelly. If these guys ever get a hold of bread... Now, the government will step in. That's an illegal monopoly. That's Sherman antitrust, I think. You can't own a whole sandwich. This country was founded on principles. All right, but I was part of the team that launched the first low salt, low sugar peanut butter into the category. It was called Simply Jif. It was targeted towards diabetics. I wanted to call it Type 2 Peanut Goo. I liked it. I always felt guilty because we charged the same for crunchy as we did for creamy, which, if you think about it, the crunchy, we didn't finish making that. If you went to the plant, the crunchy guys are probably getting off work at noon, and the creamy guys are still smashing up peanuts at 5:30. The savings should have been passed on to you, and I still lose sleep over it. There's a lot of new flavors in peanut butter. They're getting fancy. I don't care for it. Like Peter Pan has honey roasted peanut butter. If I know those guys, they're just grinding up bees and stirring them in there. And even Jif, my company, they're doing some stuff I don't care for. They're getting fancy. They have an Omega Jif. Omega Jif. Omega, that's fish oil. They're putting fish in peanut butter, and they're wondering how they got salmonella. What kind of fish was it? Salmon, maybe? What? Are you guys not seeing what I'm seeing here? Just so you know, the main size in peanut butter, that's 18 ounce, okay? That's where the deals are. That's where the wars are fought. That's where we go head to head, There's a 28 ounce, there's a 40 ounce, but the deals are, they're 18 ounce. And if you went to Kroger right now and you bought an 18 ounce jar of Jif, it would probably cost you about $3.19. Back to school, maybe 2 for $3. If that happens, stock up. It's not coming around for another year. I ran a deal one time, Columbus, Ohio, 200 Kroger stores, 18 ounce Jif, 99 cents. Yeah, I did that. It'll never happen again. Never. Even the bad moms bought Jif that week. Mama, this peanut butter tastes better. Don't get used to it, boy. I ain't giving up cigarettes and I ain't giving up Red Bull. So when it's gone, it's gone. That was a unchoosy mom. I'm sure you've all seen an unchoosy mom at the grocery store, right? Yelling at their kid or something. Choosy, I wasn't choosy when I met your daddy. I ain't about to start with no peanut butter. You better put that brand name peanut butter back on the shelf or I might choose to leave you in the parking lot. Like I did your brother. You didn't know you had a brother, did you?
Joe Rogan is that dude. Look at that identity. That's a weightlifting, UFC fighting dude who interviews economists and archaeologists, takes psychedelics, believes in UFOs. What the fuck is that? What is that identity that never existed before? Remember that dude at the bar who used to be like, "Oi, what are you fucking looking at, mate?" Remember that guy? Yeah, he listens to Rogan now. So now he's like, oi, fasting improves cognitive performance, you fuckhead. And he's on magic mushrooms, so he's fucking, I love you, cunt. I fucking... No, we're all one, bro. We're all fucking one. No, we're all one thing, bro. We're all one consciousness. No, fucking, let's go outside and meditate. I'll fucking meditate right here, bro. He got people that are into UFC, into UFOs. Dude's getting abducted now. They're like, fucking come at me. Like, they want to fight something new. They're like, UFC, they're like, yeah, man, I got abducted by a conscious ball of slime. I just fucking, boosh, came through at the front. It evaporated into a conscious gas. Doesn't matter if you're a gas or a solid, man, just be respectful. I saw this dude on Rogan talking about how you got to take fish oil. He's like, you got to take fish oil, it's good for your memory. Take fish oil, man, it's good for your memory. Take fish oil, man, it's good for your memory. You got to take fish oil. It's good for your memory. Take fish oil. I was like, do you know how long we've been teasing fish about not having a memory? That's all I know about fish. They don't have a memory. We've been teasing them, you got no memory, you got no memory. Then we take thousands of them and grind them up into a fucking oil. And we take that and we're like, the Titanic sunk in 1840.
They did a survey at a Pittsburgh high school, and they asked the students what gender they identify as. They want to make it easier for the teachers in class so they wouldn't say the wrong pronoun. And the options on the survey were a boy, a girl, a trans boy, trans girl, gender queer, non-binary, or another identity. And that's the one that scared me. Another identity. Guys, there's something out there we don't even know about. This stuff is tricky. Like, you don't want to say the wrong thing ever. I was at Enterprise, I was picking up a rental car. The car rental agent helping me was transgender. Now, I haven't been around many transgender people, but I do know the right thing to say when you're around one. You say they. That's the polite thing. So I walked in, they put my name in the computer and go, I have wonderful news for you. You're gonna get upgraded from a compact car to a full-size car at no charge. And I was like, thank you very much, they. They go, no problem. I always take care of one of my own. They thought this was that. So I said, I can't take this upgrade. I don't deserve it. I'm not a transgender person like you. I'm not one of your own. And they go, no, what I was referring to by one of my own is that you're an Enterprise Plus member. And they go, wait, you think I'm transgender? So we decided I should rent from Avis.
Trader Joe's. You been to this? It's a supermarket with a boat dock theme. We're in there, I got the cart, little red cart, and I bought everything. Everything was $1.69. I took everything. Try these, bring 2 of this, a pizza, cookies, that almond milk for nothing. I got to the cashier, I looked like a Ukrainian refugee fleeing. They had absolutely no counter space to undo my cart, none. A 6-inch piece of plywood in the shape of an oar, that's all they had. But somehow they did it magically. They made pyramids and they took things underneath and put them back under. It was so amazing and so friendly. Did you find everything you were looking for? I said, I found things I wasn't looking for. Oh, you should try these, they were amazing. I said, I can't wait to try. Let me know if you, I said, I'll come back Thursday, I'll give you a call. I had a new best friend. And they packed it all up in these amazing bags. Have you seen those bags? The cardboard with handles, it was amazing. I had to give a tip. $20, because it's them. I pulled the cash out and they had a panic attack. Ah! Cash, that's triggering! Ding, 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 ding. There's a bell there. Ding, 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 ding. The fire department showed up. The manager came over. They're on the floor having a seizure. Manager goes, what happened? I said, I wanted to give him a tip. He says, we're not allowed to accept tips, but thank you. I said, no worries. They looked worried.